welcome back. Farmer Eric here. We are going to talk a little bit more about gardening in pots. If you started them a couple weeks ago like I did, you should see all your seedlings coming up at this point. I got my little potato coming up here, all my lettuces, and some little carrots. And I just wanted to talk to you about a couple things here. One is the carrots, you know, they have such little seeds that as they get bigger, you're going to need to thin these out. So that is about every 3 inches. Just make sure there's only one plant. You can just kind of delicately pull the extra ones up. It might be a little too small right now to thin them because they're so tiny, but in a week or so, you should be able to thin it pretty easy. The same with the lettuce, although you don't have to thin the lettuce as much. It'll kind of spread out on its own. Then after they're thinned and they're up like this, don't forget to water every day. Usually right now it's in the 70s, so you know, I'll give them a couple 3 count each, something like that, for watering. And then, you know, if it rains, you don't need to do this, but be sure that they don't dry out too much. You'll notice if they're getting real too dry, the plants will start to droop. They'll look kind of sad. So that's a clue that you should give them a little more water. When it's hotter, I'll usually let the water run until it comes out of the holes at the bottom. Like if it's in the 80s or 90s, let it run until you start seeing water come out the bottom. Then you'll know that all the soil is nice and fully wet. And then you can, once the plants come up like this, if you want to stop both the squirrels from getting in there, as well as you know, other weeds and stuff, you can take, I usually use straw, but you can use some old leaves and stuff like that, and just kind of tuck them in around the plants, and that'll prevent weeds from growing, but the plants will get bigger and it won't bother them at all. And harvesting wise, the lettuce, you know, as soon as it gets big enough to cut leaves, you can cut leaves and more leaves will come back. In fact, like cutting leaves kind of makes it grow more. So, you know, harvest early and often with that. The carrots, you know, you'll start to see the little, like, top of the carrot poke out of the ground. And when it does that, usually it's pretty good to harvest. They'll take quite a while, about like 90 days for carrots from the time you put the seeds in. And the greens on the top will get pretty tall. You know, they'll get like this big for each carrot. And the potatoes, when the plant will get real big, and when it mostly dies, when it's about 2/3 of the way dead, that's when the potatoes underneath are ready. So once you start to see most of the leaves falling off and it turn brown and stuff, then you can just dig underneath there, and pretty much your whole pot will be filled with potatoes. It should be good to go at that point. So, you know, just a few more tips. Be sure you water it, mulch if you want, and thin them out if you got a bunch of little plants coming up so they have enough space to grow. But again, super easy, and this lettuce, you know, we'll be eating this within a couple, 3 weeks. So hopefully you're on pace as well, and look for more videos in the near future. Thanks.